All right, let's jump right in. We are going to tackle the one topic that is on literally everyone's mind, the AI revolution. And look, this isn't some far off futuristic thing. It's here, it's happening right now, and it is completely reshaping the job market. So the real question is, what skills do you actually need to not just get by, but to really succeed in this brand new world? I want you to just read this for a second. This isn't from some sci-fi movie. It is a real quote from a real business owner right now, a team of 40 people, their jobs, their day-to-day work, all of it now handled by an AI. This is the reality check that's going to ground our entire conversation today. So, of course, you have to ask yourself this question. And hey, if you're feeling a little anxious about it, you're not alone. That's a totally valid feeling because the ground really is shifting under our feet. A lot of jobs that felt super secure just a few years ago are now, well, they're facing a real threat. So let's break down what's actually going on here. Okay, before we dive into all the opportunities, and trust me, there are some incredible ones, we have to get real about the massive shifts happening right this second. You gotta understand the problem before you can find the solution. Let's just start with a cold, hard number, 4%. In India, which is, a massive global tech hub, engineering placements from colleges have totally plummeted. This 4% drop, it's not just a statistic. It represents tens of thousands of new graduates who are discovering that the jobs they spent years training for, they're just disappearing. The market is shrinking, and it's happening way faster than anyone expected. For decades, the IT industry was built on a really simple model, right? Big companies in the West needed tons of code written, but they wanted it done cheaply. So they outsourced it to these huge teams of human engineers. Well, that entire business model, it's being completely taken apart. Now, a single manager can just direct a small team of AI agents that can write better, cleaner, faster code than a huge team of people ever could. And this isn't some abstract theory or something that's only happening to entry-level people. We're seeing established engineering teams get slashed from, say, 15 people down to just 5. And the crazy part is, they're actually shipping more product than ever before. When a graphic designer leaves a company, they're not hiring another person. They're just using an AI to generate the creative work. This is not a prediction. This is what's happening today. Okay, so that was the tough part. I know it's a little scary, but with every massive disruption comes a massive opportunity. The absolute key is to adopt your mindset. It's about building a totally new kind of skill that actually makes you essential in this new age of AI. And that skill? It's becoming what people are calling an AI generalist. You can pretty much forget all the old advice about becoming a hyper-specialist in one tiny little field. An AI generalist is a problem solver first. They can jump into almost any domain, marketing, product, even coding, and use AI tools to get the job done, without needing to be a traditional expert in any one of them. For pretty much the last 100 years, our workforce has been built like this. About 80% specialists, people with really deep knowledge in one specific area, and maybe 20% generalists who kind of connect the dots. That's the model that worked. It's what we were all taught. But the future is a complete and total inversion of that. It's flipping on its head. As AI takes over more of the specialized, repetitive work, the AI generalist becomes the most valuable person in the room. We're heading toward a workforce that is 80% generalist, leaving only about 20% for those super deep specialists. This is the new reality we are all walking into. So how in the world do you actually become an AI generalist? I know it might seem like a huge mountain to climb, but there's actually a pretty clear, actionable roadmap that you can start following today, and it doesn't matter what your background is. The path forward is actually a really logical progression. It starts at level 0, which is just playing around. Seriously, mess with tools like ChatGPT just to see what they can do. From there, you move up to really understanding how they work and getting good at prompting. Then you go beyond text into images and video. Then you start building your own stuff using no-code tools. And the final step, level 5, is where you learn to build and deploy AI agents that can solve problems automatically. It's a journey that takes you from being a user of AI to a creator with AI. And that brings us to what might be the single most revolutionary part of this entire new era. The barrier to actually creating things has been completely, totally obliterated. You do not need to spend years learning complicated programming languages anymore to build really valuable, world-changing products. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The future programming language is English. Your ability to clearly explain a problem, to give context, and to communicate your idea in plain language. That is the new core technical skill. Prompting in AI is the new coding. Your ability to solve problems is the new programming. And because of this, the value of all those traditional credentials, it's falling fast. What matters now is not the degree you have hanging on your wall, but your proof of work. Can you actually build stuff? A portfolio of AI-powered tools that you have personally created is infinitely more valuable than a resume. And this new focus on building, well, it opens up some incredible new business opportunities. Yeah, this whole shift doesn't just change how we work for other companies, it completely changes who can build companies. We're entering what is basically a gold rush for individual entrepreneurs or solopreneurs who can now build and scale businesses that used to require massive teams and tons of funding. So here's the new math for entrepreneurs. Trying to build one single $10 million company is insanely hard. But building a $1 million business and then taking that successful model and just copying it 9 more times in different niches, that is now significantly easier to do, all thanks to AI. It can handle your product development, your marketing, your customer support. It lets one person manage multiple businesses at once. So, what could you actually build? Here are 3 ideas you could literally start working on today. You could start an automation agency helping small businesses bring AI into their workflow, or a Vibecoding studio where you build custom little software tools for individuals, or even a service as a software company where you offer AI-powered services like a fully autonomous customer support agent that any company can just plug in and use. But as we wrap this up, it is so important to remember this one thing. AI is a tool. It's an unbelievably powerful tool, but at the end of the day, it can only work with what it's been fed. It can remix things, it can combine ideas, but it cannot truly invent. The one thing it can't replicate is genuine human creativity, or intuition, and truly original thought. That is and will always be the most valuable asset in any economy. So the tools are here. The barriers to entry are gone. The power to build almost anything you can possibly imagine is now at your fingertips, and you can access it just by using plain English. So the only real question left is, what will you create?